Mayim Bialik has addressed a Saturday Night Live sketch that made fun of her physical appearance in a new interview. The Jeopardy! Host, 47, starred in the hit 90s sitcom Blossom, and a 1994 SNL parody of the show involved a prosthetic nose. The skit, seen here, saw actress Melanie Hutzel playing Mayim as her iconic TV character, Blossom Russo. The starring role shot Mayim to fame, and she debuted as Blossom at just 14 years old. In an essay for Variety on Wednesday, The Big Bang Theory alum penned, "The actress portraying me was dancing and mugging for the camera, and she was hilarious. But she wore a prosthetic nose. In order to truly convey that she was Blossom, she wore a fake, big nose." The Bialik's Breakdown podcast host continued, "I don't know if it was significantly larger than my real nose, and I don't care to remember. I remember that it struck me as odd. And it confused me. No one else on the show was parodied for their features. In Mad Magazine, everyone is caricatured, but in this rendition of parody, it was just me that was singled out. More specifically, it was my nose," she wrote. Mayim, who is Jewish, added, "I never thought to talk about it, and mostly I tried to forget it. I hope no one noticed. All of my friends at high school watched SNL. It wasn't subtle. They would all see it, and I felt ashamed. My nose is undeniably Jewish." Mayim went on to say that looking back, she now realizes that the portrayal represented Jew face. The term has come to reference how it negatively characterizes stereotypical portrayals of Jewish people in pop culture. Recently, Bradley Cooper was criticized for using a large prosthetic nose in his Leonard Bernstein film Maestro, which the game show host brought up. Bradley, 48, was also criticized for being non-Jewish and being cast as a man of Jewish origins. "I started scrutinizing the photos of Bradley and Leonard and wondering if it was necessary." She went on, "I don't know how I feel. I don't know if it matters how I feel. I assume it matters how his family feels. But maybe it doesn't." Mayim proudly concluded, "My nose is undeniably Jewish, and I am as well. Is it because of my nose? Perhaps. But I don't have to know, because we will always be one and the same." Meanwhile, former champion Ken Jennings has hosted Jeopardy! Solo this season, as Mayim has not been on screen since last May, exiting when the WGA went on strike. Mayim is a member of the Still Striking Actors Union SAG-AFTRA and has refused to participate in Jeopardy! Until the strike's end. Her exit is a big shakeup since she and Ken were tapped to split hosting after Alex Trebek's death in 2020. "It's not for me to personally judge anyone else's decision, but I am a union supporter," Mayim told Vanity Fair last month in her first public statement. "There's a lot of complexity to this, but my general statement is always that I come from a union family." Co-host Ken also replaced Mayim on Celebrity Jeopardy! And her return date to the show is still unknown. While many fans unabashedly say they prefer Ken, Mayim was lauded by the outlet as among the first celebrities to take an overt stand by declining to host Jeopardy's new season until the writers got a fair deal. Mayim Bialik, the multi-talented actress, neuroscientist, and current host of Jeopardy! Has always been a vocal advocate for body positivity and self-acceptance. However, when Saturday Night Live, SNL, took the liberty of impersonating her in a recent sketch, the actress found herself caught off guard and deeply offended. The sketch, which featured a cast member wearing an exaggerated prosthetic nose and an over-the-top a sketch gone wrong. In the recent SNL episode, the sketch in question was meant to poke fun at Bialik's role as the host of Jeopardy! In a light-hearted parody. The actor portraying Bialik wore a comically oversized prosthetic nose, playing up exaggerated facial expressions and mannerisms that were meant to mimic Bialik's hosting style. The sketch was, as with most SNL bits, intended to be funny. However, it quickly became apparent that not everyone was laughing. For Bialik, the use of a prosthetic nose wasn't just a joke, it was a direct attack on her identity. As a Jewish woman who has faced criticism for her appearance throughout her career, particularly for her nose, this portrayal felt like a cruel mockery of a feature that she had long been made to feel ashamed of. In a heartfelt post on her Instagram, Bialik shared her feelings with her followers. I've worked hard over the years to embrace who I am, but seeing myself reduced to a stereotype like this is deeply hurtful, she wrote. My nose, something that has always made me feel self-conscious, was made into a joke for millions to laugh at, and it's not okay. A history of body shaming. Mayim Bialik's career spans decades, from her early days as the star of the popular 90s sitcom Blossom to her current role on Jeopardy, and her time as Amy Farrah Fowler on The Big Bang Theory. Despite her successes, she has been no stranger to criticism about her looks, particularly her nose, which has often been the target of negative comments. Growing up in the spotlight, Bialik was subjected to the harsh realities of Hollywood's beauty standards, where actresses are expected to conform to a narrow and often unrealistic ideal of physical perfection. The actress has been open about how the pressure to change her appearance affected her self-esteem, especially during her time on Blossom. There were always comments about how I didn't look like the other girls on TV, she once shared in an interview. I was never the pretty one, I was the smart one. But even being the smart one didn't mean I was immune to the criticism. Over the years, Bialik has become a strong advocate for body positivity, often speaking out against the harmful pressures women face to alter their appearance. She shared her journey of learning to embrace her natural features, including her nose, which she says she has grown to love as a symbol of her heritage. The weight of cultural stereotypes. Bialik's outrage wasn't solely about personal offense, it also touched on a broader issue of cultural stereotypes and how they continue to be perpetuated by media. In her post, she emphasized how the portrayal leaned into negative stereotypes about Jewish women, particularly the long-standing and hurtful association between Jewish identity and large noses. This isn't just about me, she explained. It's about all the Jewish women who have been made to feel less than because of their appearance. The trope of the Jewish nose is a harmful stereotype that has persisted for centuries, and it has been used to otherize Jewish people in various forms of media. Bialik's call-out highlighted how damaging it can be when a mainstream platform like SNL chooses to reinforce these stereotypes in the guise of comedy. In her Instagram post, she made a point of addressing the broader implications of such portrayals. When we laugh at someone's physical appearance, especially something tied to their cultural or ethnic identity, we're reinforcing a long history of harmful stereotypes, she wrote. It may seem like a small thing, but it adds up.